The market capitalization of the coin is used to summarize all that is taught in this video. I would also like to remind you to give my channel a like and subscribe to it so that you can stay up to date on future XRP news, as well as other cryptocurrency news in general. Before we go any further, take a look at this legal expert who discusses the prospects of Ripple winning the appeal case against the SEC. In addition, there is a new cryptocurrency airdrop that is currently taking place on Telegram, and it is about to debut at any moment. I would ask that you make sure that you take part in this airdrop. Within the video's description is where you will find the link. Make sure you don't miss out on this opportunity. In the meantime, let's proceed with our video. The impact that the judges had on the outcome of the award. An appeal has been filed by the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) against Ripple, and the panel of judges that has been appointed to the case will have a significant impact on the result of the appeal. Attorney Fred Rispoli was the one who articulated it in such an excellent manner. Because different judges have distinct points of view, it is possible to have a panel that is an okay panel, an incredible panel, or a dreadful panel. This is because different judges have different perspectives. When it comes to interpreting the complexity of the case, particularly with regard to the classification of XRP as a security, the composition of the panel will play a critical role. This can have a significant impact on the chances of success for the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC). The selection of judges will be a crucial component in determining the outcome of the United States Equal Court Commission's appeal against Ripple. This is due to the fact that the deadline for submitting an appeal is drawing near, which is October 7, 2024. Attorney Fred Rispoli is of the opinion that the odds of the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) appealing against Ripple are mostly reliant on the panel of judges that has been assigned to the case. The appeal against Ripple there is a possibility that the SEC's chances of victory might rise to between 70 and 80% overall. The significance of the role that judges play in determining the decision is brought into sharper perspective by the fact that the panel has a history of providing support to the government. Furthermore, Rispoli noted that the appeal against Ripple is intended at specific areas, such as the programmed sales and distributions of XRP that Ripple engages in. As an example, Ripple is involved in these activities. There will be implications that are more widespread for the cryptocurrency industry as a result of the outcome, which may have an effect on other firms and exchanges. The SEC Ripple incident has features that are characterized by extremely high stakes. Attorney Fred Rispoli, on the other hand, is unequivocal in his conviction that Ripple is in possession of a potent weapon that may be used to attack the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) of the United States. He is adamant in his conviction that Ripple possesses all of the necessary components that are necessary to emerge victorious by utilizing its tough defense strategy. According to Rispoli's study of the specifics of the case, he is of the opinion that Ripple's planned sales and distribution of XRP will be able to resist the charges that have been brought forward by the SEC. As a result of this analysis, this optimism has been developed. In light of Rispoli's significant experience in the sector, it is intriguing to note that he has a positive stance on the prospects of Ripple, especially when taking into consideration the enormous stakes that are involved in this conflict. An attorney by the name of Fred Rispoli emphasized the high-stakes component of the dispute between the SEC and Ripple. He brought attention to the fact that both parties are exposed to a significant amount of risk, with potential risks for both the blockchain business and the regulatory body. It was brought to his attention that the outcome is not even close to being able to be determined with precision. An attorney by the name of Fred Rispoli is of the opinion that programmatic sales are the factor that will determine the consequence of the problem, due to the fact that the win of the SEC could render the token's regulatory standing in jeopardy. One of the most significant aspects of the appeal for individuals who are in possession of XRP is this: picture the domino effect in action. Coinbase and Kraken are two examples of corporations that could be negatively impacted by a negative conclusion, making this conflict a conflict with immense stakes. However, despite the fact that Rispoli is of the opinion that Ripple possesses a formidable defense, the SEC is not going to give up without a struggle. They will almost certainly file an appeal against every aspect of the decision that did not go in their favor, and it is extremely possible that certain reasons will resonate more than others. This is a highly plausible outcome. Additionally, the Securities and Exchange Commission seat has the ability to appeal the fines that have been imposed on Ripple and may push for a more severe penalty. Rispoli has made the observation that Ripple is facing an additional challenge in terms of preserving the faith of its consumers and investors as the appeal continues to go forward. XRP is being offered to investors in order to provide them direct exposure to its value. This exchange-traded fund, EDI2, is designed to eliminate the need for investors to actively purchase, own, or manage XRPT. The token that is created on the XRP ledger does not require investors to do any of these things. We are witnessing positive signals of a more progressive regulatory environment, according to a representative of the company who was featured in the article. At the same time, there is a growing desire from investors for skilled access to cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin and Ethereum. This demand is growing at approximately the same time. To be more specific, however, investors are searching for access to blockchain solutions that are suitable for enterprise use and their native coins, such as XRP. The strategic planning of finances and the organizational structure Canary Capital was founded by Steven, the inventor of Valkyrie, who not only built the company but also founded Canary Capital. XRP Exchange Traded Fund ETF will be traded on an exchange that has not yet been designated, according to the filing with the SEC. The Exchange Traded Fund ETF, which is structured as a trust, will be the exchange where the trading will take place. Through the utilization of the CME/CF Ripple dollar reference rate, will grant shares to represent the worth of the XRP that is controlled by the trust. According to the New York variation, the value of the trust shares will be designed to match with the price of XRP. An XRP custodian, which is a trust company that is chartered in the state of New York and specializes in digital assets, will be in charge of the storage of genuine XRP tokens. The trust will be responsible for the custody of these tokens. Canary has guaranteed that it will seek insurance coverage from private carriers in order to lessen the risks that are connected with holding XRP. This assertion is made despite the fact that the custodian does not have concerns regarding the FTC. SEC receives application for spot XRPDF from Canary Capital. It is possible that the approval of the exchange-traded fund may be met with some challenges as a result of the ongoing disagreement between the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) and Ripple Labs about the classification of XRP as an unregistered security. There was no gradual process involved in the mining of XRP, unlike what happened with Bitcoin and Ethereum. 100 billion tokens were initially produced as part of the initial supply of the XRP ledger, which was initially presented in the year 2012. 20 billion tokens were reserved for Ripple's own use, while the remaining 80 billion were supposed to be for the purpose of keeping the ecosystem running smoothly. The Securities and Exchange Commission has filed a challenge against the most recent ruling made by Judge Annalisa Torres in August. In that decision, she said that sales of XRP on secondary markets to regular retail investors are not regarded to be securities transactions. Although Ripple was fined $125 million for earlier offenses, which is a significant reduction from the initial demand of $2 billion, the appeal resulted in a decrease in the price of its cryptocurrency, XRP. This was the case despite the fact that the first demand was $2 billion. Meanwhile, supporters of XRP have started a petition with the headline "Stop the SEC Unnecessary and Frivolous Appeal in the Ripple v. SEC case." This petition was started in the meantime. The number of signatures that they had collected had surpassed 8,000 at the time that this article was published. A total of 569 new ones have been added in the past 24 hours alone. 10,000 signatures are the target that they have set for themselves. It is important to note, however, that this petition will not legally change the decision that the court has already made, despite the fact that it has widespread support. C. Coinbase has made reference to the appeal that was made by the SEC, noting that it highlights how confused the authorities are regarding cryptocurrency. This is mentioned within the context of their own disagreement with the Commission. Concerning the decision that was handed down by the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals, they are of the negative opinion. At this point, supporters of XRP might be experiencing emotions of dissatisfaction because it is highly probable that they will be subjected to yet another set. In the event that this takes place, the state securities and exchange commissioners might be left with no other option except to appeal the case of disgorgement to the Supreme Court of the United States. In the file that the company made, it said that the information that has been supplied is not intended to be trading advice. In the event that any investments are made on the basis of the information that is provided on this page, there is no responsibility for those investments. Prior to making any choice on investments, we strongly recommend performing independent research and talking with a professional who is educated in the field.